All right, welcome back to the morning show right here on the Rise News channel. It's time to take a look at news dailies from every part of Nigeria, and it's a pleasure having the team here to review this. We'll start with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of records. It's got a front page headline that says, "In new reforms, decentralization of police tactical operation begins. Falls devolves power to CPs, DPOs to take directive from governors and local government chairmen." We had an extensive one here with the IGP of the police yesterday. Quite a very interesting interview here. Buhari counsels OMSL's controversial secure Anchorage area contract. EFCC may begin to probe allegations by Ayeni. Nemasa to back security of ports. Report back, FG moves to sell moribund assets. Kyari, 10 billion infrastructural investment ongoing in the energy sector. And there's a pictorial that says, "Moment of history, Joe Biden takes oath of office as the Portals 46 in America." The Daily Trust says, water shortage threatens to dry season famine. Buhari directs agencies to certify locally made helicopter. That's exciting. Jega Nwodo, Adebanjo Kadaria, others speak at a forum. Ripples over Akeredolu's quit notice to headsmen. Directive provocative. Northern Elders Forum, Afenifere, other governors, order. Presidency not aware of our predicament, says Ondo State Governor. Ondo farmers, Miyetti Allah back state government. Biden takes helm of office as U.S. President. Another pictorial there. The Vanguard this morning says, Bonny light price rises to $55.31 per barrel on U.S. President's inauguration. APC once against hijack of membership registration. African countries to pay $3 to $10 per COVID-19 vaccine dose under AU plan. In Osun, traditional powers are backbone, says General Adewimbi, Amoteku Commandant. YCE Afenifere Middle Belt Forum stands back Ondo Governor. Buhari's actions preference for Fulani or Hanese. Those are the riders. Presidency statement not in order. Pande Fulani using headsmen from across the Sahel to conquer southern lands. IPOB. FG tolerating excesses of headsmen because he is pro-Fulani. Middle Belt Forum. Action not constitutional. Sands. We support Akeredolu Afenifere. FG encouraging foreigners to unleash terror on Southwest, says YC. Need SIM linkage. Don't block anybody from network till February 9, says Buhari. Corruption, inefficiency in regulation agencies worrisome, says Oshibajo. Daily Sun, Yoruba Northern Elders lock horns. I only ask unregistered herders to vacate forest, says Governor. Fulani youths, Arawa elders kick. Insecurity, Arawa elders unhappy with Buhari, Bafarawa. Niger Delta, IYC warns of second wave of militancy. And the pictorial here is about Joe Biden. And Obiozor replies IPOP, opens up on Biafra, says matter beyond Kanu, Igbo not at war with Nigeria. The Guardian this morning, I will be president for all, says Biden. Pledges to unite the country. Trump promises to be back in some form in farewell speech. He left that hanging. Nigerian-American Owolewa Agbaje emerges U.S. lawmakers. Buhari congratulates Biden, seek partnership against terrorism. Booking system malfunctions as crowd return for NIN registration. Leaked memo alleges monumental graft in NSCDC, NIS, and others. FEC OK's retirement, teachers' retirement age bill, 1.48 to electrify Calabar Free Trade Zone. Police apologize to Nigerians over SARS operatives' excesses during the protest. The Punch newspaper this morning, Sands Afenifere back Akeredolu, false presidency, NEF disagrees. Akeredolu acting within his powers, Ali. Don't criticize security. Sand tells FG. FG shuns Southwest governors, alarm on headsman menace, says YCE. Yes, Yoruba Council of Elders. Buhari shows no pretense that he is representing Fulani interests, says Afenifere. Biden ends to division, signs executive orders reversing Trump's policies. Edo NDLA seizes 15,253.82 kg of cannabis, cocaine, tramadol, and 10 cars. The Daily Independent this morning, Ondo dares presidency, sees headsmen must quit forest, says presidency ignorant of state security situation, farmer slam presidency, Miyetti Allah over comment. Northern Elders asks herders to disregard ultimatum. Kwara APC, Lai Mohammed faction threatens to work against party. Minister to meet Buhari over alleged bias by Buni Yadi-led committee. Nothing can separate Igbo from Nigeria. Ohaneze Igbo. FEC approved 65 years retirement age for teachers. We go to the New Telegraph this morning. Quit notice to headers divide South Northern elders. NEF to Akeredolu, your order provocative and helpful. Afenifere Buhari government represents only Fulani interests. Ohaneze Ndigbo won't pull out of Nigeria. Tell IPOB leaders Kanu not to endanger Igbo. Alcohol consumption increases cancer mortality risks. FEC approved 65 years retirement for teachers. Buni to APC leaders don't hijack membership registration. Traffic laws. Owners weep as Lagos auctions 88 vehicles. Quite a very touching one there for the vehicle owners. The Nation newspaper, Presidency Ondo Governors Headers Eviction Roar grows. Lawyers group back Akeredolu. North elders ask headsmen to stay. Bandits to drop arms after parley with Gumi. That's what the police is saying. Igbo demand justice in United Nigeria. FECO case 65 years exit age. More teachers, more pay for teachers. COVID-19 situation. 2 Oshu ESCO members test positive. Kanu laments tougher second wave. Lagos tests 264,000 so far for virus. More deaths and cases in Edo State. The pictorial here is about Joe Biden. Says, on my honor, taking his oath of office yesterday with the over 100-year-old Biden family Bible. That's another symbolism from America. Stop extremism, Biden tells Americans. The stories on the national dailies. Comments on this and reactions to this?
Well, there will be plenty of time, I guess, to comment on what happened in the United States yesterday.
Yeah.
It was very historic. It was a presidential inauguration like no other because it was taking place in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. But even in spite of that, it had all the significance of that occasion. It had a pomp, if not a pageantry. Persons were not allowed at the Washington Mall in front of the Capitol, but there were 200,000 flags symbolically representing the people who could not be there. And, it was also at the same time full of, Washington was like a fortress with over 20,000 National Guards troops providing security against the background of what had happened on January 6th, when there was an insurrection against the hallowed chambers of Congress, or if you like, the Capitol Hill. But of course, yesterday we saw great speech offered by President Biden, and nobody should be surprised. His main message was about unity. He says that most elusive of all factors, unity. And he repeated it a second time, unity. And he said democracy has been challenged, but at the end of the day, it's the will of the people that has been heeded, and it is democracy that has prevailed. And many newspapers today were stressing that point about democracy prevailing. And he says America under his watch will be neither red nor blue. It will be the United States of America. What we see from this distance is that the United States is now in the hands of a tested and experienced public servant. About 38 years in Senate, 8 years as vice president, and then he's been in politics since the age of 29 for about 50 years. And now, having attempted to be president 3 times in the past, he has now succeeded. And he's the oldest man to emerge as president of the United States in American history. And he has history made with the combination with Kamala Harris, first woman to be vice president, first black American to be vice president, first South Asian American woman to be vice president, and also first product of a historically black college, Howard University, member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha, the sorority, to become, to occupy, one of the highest offices in the land. And it was not surprising that the symbolism of Kamala Harris' emergence was not lost on many young Americans who wore her Converse sneakers and also a 20 pairs, necklace to identify with her. So it's a moment, it's a new dawn for the United States. It's a new day for the United States, as the president pointed out, and it was America's day yesterday. President Biden has the opportunity now to make America great again, and he gave the signal in that regard by signing about 17 executive orders yesterday and reversing some of the grievous damage that he thought President Trump had inflicted on the United States. Today, Dr. Anthony Fauci has been directed to attend the executive board meeting of the WHO. That's a major reversal. The pipeline, the X1 pipeline, has also been suspended. The Mexico wall has been suspended. The United States is back in the Paris Agreement, and so many other changes like that with regard to immigration, with appointments, with clear directive to the team that there should be decency and humility. And I think that that is important, coming from an administration that was characterized by arrogance. And I thought, for me, the iconic moments will seem to include the young lady, the 22-year-old Harvard graduate Goldman, who delivered the poetry, a tradition that began with John F. Kennedy and was sustained by Bill Clinton and by Obama. And she falls in the tradition of some of the greatest poets that have been in that, on that platform. Maya Angelou, Robert Frost, Elizabeth Alexander, adding poetry, projecting the message of unity. Well, there are other issues in Nigeria that we should talk about. The police IG giving an interview to Arise TV yesterday, he said a lot that is instructive, particularly with the pension scheme for police, particularly with regard to enhanced salary structure for police. But I'm not too sure that his point about decentralization is something that will gladden the hearts of those who are calling for restructuring, calling for state police, and calling for a complete overhaul of the police structure in Nigeria to ensure greater effectiveness and efficiency.